Morning. It's Thursday, May 27th. Welcome to Math. We're going to look a little bit more into Chapter 10 over the next 2 days. So we're going to spend some time on some further statistics, specifically central measures of tendency, it's called. And even more specific than that, we're going to look at mean, median, mode, and range. And so that's your learning target. I can find the mean, the median, mode, and range of a set of numbers. So I'm talking with the sixth grade teachers from last year. My understanding is that you had a little bit of exposure to these type of statistics, how to work these out, but not a ton of practice with it. So we're going to review it between today and tomorrow and use it within our chapter. And so today, what you'll notice is at number 1, I provided some videos for you to watch. Now, you may know what mean, median, and mode are and range, and that's great. If you don't, okay, there's a link here that is both for virtual and in person, that when you click on this link, you're going to see this note sheet here for Chapter 10. And this is just going to remain on the agenda. I didn't print copies for anybody in person. I just figured it'd be easier just to keep the link on the agenda over the next 2 days. And you can pull this up at any point in time as you're working through problems today, especially when you're actually practicing it in Google Classroom after you go through the videos I provided. So this just gives you those definitions for mean, median, mode, and range. These are also in the textbook, in the glossary, if you need them. And then there's also an example provided here for you applying all 4 of those and how they are calculated. Okay, so this is your reference sheet to use. Let me come back here. And so then underneath that, it says for videos, it says watch these videos. Now, I'm not going to have another video. This is the only video you'll see with me. But when I say watch these videos here on the second bullet point, you're going to watch these next 4. You should have a calculator out with you because especially with the Edpuzzle videos, they will do some stop and check. And what I mean by that, let me pull one up here. I know in 6th grade, here we go right there. Edpuzzle videos are used often, and so you might be familiar with them from last year if you had Mrs. Schaefer or Mr. Jordan or Mrs. Cooper. And so you'll see in this video down at the bottom here, there's stopping points. And so it'll play the video, it'll discuss some things with you, talk about the definitions, give you some examples, and then it's going to stop and ask you a question to make sure that you're listening and you're watching the video. And so that question will pop up on the right. You're going to answer that question. It'll tell you if you got it right or wrong, and then you're going to continue the video. Don't skip the questions. It does give you that option, but really you're hurting yourself if you do that because it's a stop, quick check, make sure you're following along, and then keep going. It's important. And so obviously you'll see in each of these videos, like this one right here that's in front of you, this is going to stop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times and check your understanding here. So there are 3 Edpuzzle videos. I do start you with a Math Antics video that just goes through and does a great job, again, giving you some real life examples on where you use these statistics. And then you'll jump into each Edpuzzle video. The second and third one are kind of corny, I guess you could call it, but at the same time, it still does a really good job giving you some examples to practice. So when you are done with my video, you're going to do these 4 videos, and you can do them on your own, or if your crew teacher chooses to play the videos up front, and then when the Edpuzzle videos stop and ask you questions, work them out with you. That is totally up to your crew teacher and their preference. So I will leave that up to them. When you finish those videos, then what's going to happen is your time remaining, I want you to practice it. So of course, I use quizzes, again, just to prevent using paper, printing a ton of copies. It's just easier for you to do it digitally here on Google Classroom. And so you'll see I put a mean, median, mode, range practice. So I'll bring that up. It'll say Chapter 10 Statistics, and there will be a couple listed here for you to try. And for sure, you're going to need your calculator again so you can work those out and find those mean, median, mode, and ranges. And then if you still have time, right, I keep putting this the last week. If you still have time at the end, and you might not today, and that's totally fine, here's your final exam review that I just keep adding to. So the next one I'm going to add here is Chapter 6 Equations. So just getting ready for that final exam on June 8th. back here again. That's it. And just realize, make sure that your ALEKS is getting done for the week. You're going to have a quick check on Monday on lesson 1. And we're going to wrap up tomorrow on Friday for the week, doing the mean, median, mode, and range again with some line plots and understanding how to read a line plot and pull and calculate those central measures of tendency off of those line plots. So have a great Thursday. If you do have a question as you go through today, if you're not sure how everything's working, please let one of us know. And we'll see you back on video on Friday.